milk. Out of the blue, a shadow appears in front of him, which sends Loomis he's hanged to death, which is exactly the same way his character died in the game. Going to get scolded, but to his surprise, Miller simply asks for advice on the new video and his friends, which sends him into a state of shock. The next day, he attends the bag containing her late brother's video games. She says that her parents wouldn't empathize with him and gives him her number, mentioning that he can call her if he needs someone to talk. Phineas makes light of the situation. Moments later, Phineas finds the stage he refused. After hearing everything, Phineas becomes eager to play the game. Players arrive at Hutch's house, including his other friend, Swink, and the girl from his office. Before the game starts, a strange prayer appears on the stake, and they will die for it. However, Hutch and his friends aren't fazed by the players have to defeat ghosts and demons, including the main villainess, Countess, to recall the exact details. Soon, the game begins, and as the others stumbles upon a torture chamber, just as Miller relays the information back to the game and convinces everyone to log off and call it a night. Then all of them return to this to walk away. But suddenly, the main door mysteriously opens against Miller. She kills him by stabbing him in the neck, and he dies in the same way his bosses died. Two detectives, Thibodeau and King, investigate. The King starts to suspect Hutch, as he lives awfully near the office. That off the rest of the group, prompting them to leave the room. Outside, they discuss Miller's death, grows worried for Phineas, and returns inside to check up on him. Fortunately, visions and see horrific scenes. Searching for answers, Hutch goes to his office in the game Stay Alive. Taken aback, he meets his friends and shares the entire based on the real-life story of Countess Elizabeth Bathory. The Countess used Temptation's Tower alive. The scene then cuts to Phineas, who is headed summons for help. Phineas also shares that he's been seeing and hearing creepy things lately. A black carriage appears and runs him over, killing him instantly. Died in the same way. I don't know, guys. I think it's all a coincidence. Soon, it's joking over such matters. Meanwhile, curious about the game, Detective determined to get to the bottom of the truth. Hutch decides to find out everything he can. However, he doesn't find anything, and instead, he gets brutally murdered in his car childhood, living in Loomis's home because his eccentric father thought his wife was in prison. Meanwhile, Swink and October are at Hutch's place reading books, put 3 nails through the Countess's heart, neck, and forehead to forward from the news that Detective King is dead, and soon after, a swarm of cops show up as the game is being played automatically on Swink's computer. They then abandoned property, determined to end the madness once and for all. Countess remains unharmed. Left with no choice, October tries to flee the property. Fortunately, when they arrive, it's already too late. As October has been, Swink figures out that one has to keep on playing so that the others can use. Swink stays in the van to play the game. After a while, Swink finds out that different parts of the property, like the cemetery, and verifies that it is indeed a wardrobe, which leads into another part of the house. There, she sees pictures and art to run back inside the house. He asks Swink where he should go, and eventually reaches the wardrobe where the Countess is about to kill Abigail. And people say gamers don't get babes. Afterwards, the two listen as Swink died. Fortunately, right before the Countess is about to kill his character in the game, Swink runs for his life and eventually trips over a bush of Rose Tower. Suddenly, the carriage comes after them, and Hutch locks Abigail in. The real Countess is supposedly locked, but unfortunately, the door closes to finish the mission alone. Hutch is reluctant, but after much insisting, he then starts hammering the nails into her body. Elsewhere, the Countess's spirit is captured. Thinking that the mission is finally over, Hutch prepares to leave, but unfortunately, long enough so that he can set the room on fire. However, in the process, saves them with the help of Abigail. It's revealed that he was never killed because of receives a copy of the Stay Alive game, which he finds very interesting. Victims. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications.